Hello. Today we are going to discuss about the basic components of a computer architecture. The first one is disk. Disk is a storage type component. A disk is a component which we use to store data in it. And it is a persistent storage type, which means that even when the power is off, the data will be stored safe and reliably. The disk contains of variants which are HDD and SSD. And the time taken to write and read data into disk is millisecond, which is 1 by 10 power 3 seconds, which is thousandth of a second. And the amount available in the market or in the laptops basically used is from GB to TB. What is this B? B means byte. Byte means 8 bits. A byte can store 8 bits of data, and a bit means either 0 or 1. Everything in the computer is stored in the format of 0 or 1, which means a code, a string, etc. will be stored in the formats of 0 and 1. And now let's get into the RAM. RAM means random accessible memory. And RAM contains two blocks. One is C block and another one is D block. And C is responsible of storing instructions and D is responsible of storing data or variables. Right? And the RAM takes microseconds to access or read and write data, which is 1 by 10 power 6, which is a lot faster than the disk, right? And so that it is available in the format of GB, which is from 2 to 32 based on the configuration, right? And for example, we are executing a adding number programs, and the instructions in the adding number programs will be stored in the C block, and the data variables are stored in the D block. And the one who reads writes data from the RAM and disk blocks are CPU. CPU means central processing unit, which is a basic and main component of the computer architecture, right? For example, the instructions are read by the CPU and executed by the CPU, and the data is used by the CPU. And it takes microseconds for the CPU to do operations in the RAM, and it takes milliseconds for the CPU to do operations in the disk. And for example, if you are using the adding two numbers a lot, it takes more and more time in the RAM to access it. And hence, we introduce cache. We store blocks of RAM in the cache which are reusable and morely used. For example, the adding numbers program data variables are stored in the cache. So instead of going to RAM again and again, the CPU uses the cache to access the variables and do the operations using the RAM. And cache is available only in memory megabyte, which so that it takes nanoseconds to access the cache, which means 1 by 10 power 9, which is a lot faster than the RAM. And so it is available in megabytes, right? And RAM is faster than the disk, cache is faster than the RAM. These are the four components of the computer architecture on a high level. These all function combinedly to make the computer work. Thank you.